Hi guys, welcome back to Vlogmas Day 4. We're on a roll. So I'm just like watching a video right now for school because I have to answer some questions. It's about like the baby brain.
Battles repeat billions of times.
So I'm just doing that and then I have to answer some questions. Here's my cat, Lacey. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'll keep you guys updated later. This is my outfit. I got my sweater on because it's cold in here. Some red jeans. So yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be filming a part 2 of my Psycho Neighbor. If you haven't watched the first one, I suggest that you would go and watch it. I'll be on the screen up top so you guys have a better understanding. So I'll guys give you a recap on what's going on. So I had a psycho neighbor that would like harass me all the time, that would start fires. There's a lot of incidents. So I'm gonna be telling you near the end on why I moved because the incident leading up to why I moved. So let me get started. So it was about summer, it was about July in the we were gonna go to Port Stanley, me and my neighbor. And when I was getting ready, I heard the fire alarm going off. I was like, what the heck? So I go outside, I'll put some like clips in the video. I go outside and all I hear is fire trucks. So I take my cat with me, put her in a crate. I was like, what is happening? Of course the building's on fire. Like, oh my God. So the fire trucks came, they put out the fire. And I'm not even joking, 4 to 5 times this guy started a fire in one day. So about 30 minutes later, I'm just putting my makeup on, getting ready. I don't know why I did makeup to go to the beach. And then I hear another fire alarm going off. I was like, okay, this is probably a false alarm. Then I heard people evacuating like outside because I had my window open in the summer to let fresh air. I was like, what the heck? So I heard fire trucks coming with all the sirens again. I was like, what? This is the second time, less than 30 minutes, there's another fire. I was like, oh my God. So the fire trucks came. They figured out where the fire started. I was talking to the fire people. I was like, this is insane. So they put out the fire. Like, can you guess what happened again 30 minutes later? The third time. And then by the 4th time, they came back again, another fire happened. Brought up my cat all the time, so I'm not leaving my pets in the house. And then the crazy guy, I'm not gonna say his name because I would get in trouble if you saw this video, anyone saw this video. I'm not trying to get sued. So by the 4th time they came and they were talking to him. He was in handcuffs because like, what the hell? Now this is the 4th time they came, less than 3 hours in the day. So he ended up with the handcuffs on. He ended up running. I don't know, which is stupid. I don't know why he did that. And then everyone's outside. Actually, everyone was really annoyed of him because they all had to keep going out and see what's up, and just a waste of the time. So he was in handcuffs the whole time because they're like, now they're doing an investigation. So why? So they ended up unplugging his oven and stove so you couldn't start any more fires. I know that's illegal. They're not supposed to, because how is he gonna cook? So they actually removed the oven because he kept burning stuff on the oven, like on purpose. So that was one incident that happened. It was pretty much crazy. And then another incident that happened was that he's been drinking again, knocking on my door, called security. This is about 2 a.m. again. And so the police came. He was all drunk. He was yelling in the halls. I did not open my apartment door. I didn't do anything. I just called security. Security called the cops. And then they put him back in the cop car because I was on the phone with them. So I can open the door and talk to the cops, and like, I have no clue why this guy just keeps harassing me. So he was booked that night, and then he was released, I think, 78 hours later. And when he gets arrested, he is mad. Like, not even kidding, mad. So he remembers it, and then he comes back 10 times worse than before. And then what happened was that everyone was like afraid of him. I was terrified. So I went to the management office, and the next day I was like, something needs to be dealt with. So I can't keep living like this. So I made a report. They're like, oh, we're working on it. We're trying to get an eviction. Mind you, he had 8 eviction notices and they had done nothing. It's because he's on housing. So it's like a long process to deal with. And then there was another incident that happened that we had a super in our building, that he was drunk, he's schizophrenic, so it's his voices in his head that's doing it. I'll explain later on how I know that. I'll explain it's like another serious incident. I'll explain that in a bit. So he attacked the super, and then the super actually got fired because he was attacking, but he did self-defense. So the super actually got fired because you're not supposed to lay your hands on another person. I know this whole big situation that happened. So he ended up getting fired. And then I was outside when it happened with my other neighbor, and we weren't allowed in the building because he was going crazy. And for our safety, we stayed outside. We called the cops. Took them 3 hours to call me back and be like, oh, we're not coming because he's calmed down. I was like, what the heck is going on? Because the cops already know him. They have him in the system. Like, he knows how he is. But I was talking to the cops, like, for my safety, why is he still here? So I was like, it's just a whole situation. And then, of course, I'll put some more clips. I come home from like school. I think it was school. Or like with my friends, I don't remember. But then I got home, I walked in the door, not even 10 minutes later, I hear the alarm going off. I'm like, it's something burning. I was like, okay, maybe someone's cooking bacon, someone's cooking something. Then my instinct's like, okay, I'll go check the hall. So I go and check the hall, fire trucks are here. Run back down, grab my cat, grab everything, because I'm not leaving my cat behind. If there was a fire, I'm never leaving my pets behind. God, I'm like, this is actually getting annoying now. Like, really annoying. To this point that like I'm frustrated. This guy will not leave. Why is this guy so crazy? Oh my gosh, like I had enough. So what happened was, I'll tell you the incident that happened, and I'll insert some clips too in the video. It was about 8 o'clock at night. It was like August, like summertime. So like it was a nice night. Me and my neighbor, we have friends. We go get coffees and everything. And then we come back, we sit on like the steps to drink our coffees and relax and chit chat. Cause everyone's so friendly in the like apartments except this one person. So this, he comes out, like the crazy guy. We call him the crazy guy cause he's psycho. Comes out, he was fine. And then he goes to the variety store. Like it's in the same parking lot where I used to live. And then he comes back, he didn't have his keys, like, can you let us in? And he was yelling at us, and then we were like, no, because you're yelling at us. Like my neighbor said, no, you're yelling at us. Can you ask nicely? And then he went off. He went from 0 to 100 real fast. And then what happened was like he was swearing at me, and then he was swearing at me, and then like going on, oh, I'm gonna kill you, stuff like this. I'm like, okay, seriously, go ahead, I don't really care. I think I should have not said it because I probably made him more mad by saying that. So, and then he got louder and louder. And then my neighbor was on the phone with the cops because he kept threatening me And I was getting angry because this guy's freaking psycho out of his mind, and I kept like reacting to him, which I should have not. So my neighbor's on the phone with the cops, and then the cops come, and then they get him back inside. We weren't allowed inside because of him. And then the cops come and tell them this is like ongoing situation, and then they're explaining how like they couldn't really do anything because he's schizophrenic, which is not actually him, it's the voices in his head. So he's really like, the crazy guy's really hatred about women, towards women. He's okay with males, but with women, I don't know what happened in his life. He's so rude and hatred. So when there was a female cop that came and a male cop. So when they entered the building, he was so disrespectful to the female cop, because I talked to the cops before they talked to him. So he was really hatred, but he admitted he was like drinking a beer. He was really drunk. And so the cops come back out, talk to us. They're explaining, I'm like, why is he not booked or in like a psycho mental institution? They're like, well, we're gonna call his counselor or someone who he sees and tell him the situation, because the cops can't do anything. It's the counselor that has to send him to the mental institute for him. Like the cops can only talk to the counselor or whoever he sees to do it. So he's explaining, well, we can't really do anything because it's not actually him saying stuff, it's the voices in his head. I was like, oh my God. So the cops are like, oh, he agreed that he'll stay in his apartment. So with my neighbor, we were about to end, like the cops drove off to the driveway, and we were about to enter the building because they said it was good to go. The crazy guy comes out yelling at us, because we call the cops, yelling at us, and chased, like he attacked me. I have a video of him, or a picture of him getting arrested. He attacked me. Like I was screaming. All my neighbors, like it was about 12 o'clock at this point because the cops left. And then I was on the phone with the cops, back on the phone. I was like, oh my God, get this person, he's attacking me. All my neighbors come out, like literally I was yelling, all my neighbors come out to defend me. Like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you attacking her? Like, I was like, if he's gonna go off on me, I'm gonna go off on him. We were just yelling. So everyone comes out. The cops came. He immediately arrested him because I was on the phone with the cops. They heard everything, him yelling at me. He's like, I'm gonna kill you. I know where you live. I know which apartment number you are. I'm gonna knock on your door. If I see you, I'm gonna kill you. Like, he's the type of person that he'll carry knives on him. He won't carry like a gun, but he'll carry knives. So I'm like, oh my God. So everyone's coming out, like when the cops came, telling like, yes, because we all have balconies. Yes, we've seen it all happen. There's a lot of witnesses that happened. So he got arrested. So like I was so scared because he physically pushed me. Like physically, like he was so drunk or heated at the moment, and like his voices in his head, it's not actually him. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like I've never been so scared in my life. So everyone was coming out hugging me and like, are you okay? We watched the whole thing. And we were gonna like start a petition for like all our neighbors to send to the management office, this guy needs to leave. Like literally, it's either he leaves or I'm leaving. So the next day I went to the management office and did the report, and I also got the police number. So like there's proof that the police came. There's security out. When it happened, they didn't do crap at all. I was gonna say the S word. They didn't do crap at all. So he got told the management he got fired from that because his security is supposed to wait until the cops came, but he just left. Because we have from 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. we have security walking around the building because I don't live in a safe neighborhood. I'm not going to say where I used to live, but it was not a safe neighborhood. So I made a report. I was talking to management. I was like, okay, this needs to happen. He needs to leave. He's like, yeah, he got an eviction notice a couple days ago. We're trying to work on him. It's going to take 6 months. 6 months? You gave him 8 eviction notices. Why is this guy gone? not gone. I was like, everyone is so fearful because he could be either happy or he could be either like in a mood, like you don't know, like he can be happy talking and then next 2 seconds he can like flip. And then the next day he actually got released the next day, which I was like, oh my God, I do not want to stay here because all the threats. And then the next day he didn't remember what happened. He was like, hi Amber. I was like, oh my God, hi. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, if I don't talk to him and be rude, he's going to go off again. I was like, I'll just go talk to him. Like, I'll just be polite and not like have a phone conversation. Like, I'm not going to be rude because I don't want to get attacked. But he did not remember. So, and then I think that day he was in a mood because I was outside with my neighbor. We were all talking, bunch of neighbors, we were all talking. All we can hear is, get out, like from his apartment, because he lives on the 5th floor, but like he always has his window open because he had a replacement window because he broke the window. Yeah, he's that crazy. He's like, get out, oh my gosh, get out, yelling. He's like, no, like he was just yelling. So it's like, think about it, it's his schizophrenic, so it's the voices, it's not actually him. So like, oh my gosh, one of these days, like really, he's going at it again. Like he'll go from 12 p.m. to 6 a.m. like screaming and banging. Like I'm in the basement, I used to live on the 1st floor, and I could hear him like banging stuff, like stomping, yelling. I was like, oh my God, I cannot deal with this. This is insane, this is too crazy. So I decided after the attack, I had enough. I'm like, I need to find apartments. Like, I need to get out of here. It's either because they're not doing anything. He's getting really worse. Like, he physically attacked me, which I feel unsafe. I kept saying that to management. I feel unsafe. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry you feel unsafe. We're trying to work on it. It's been a year now. I've been in my old apartment a year and a half. After 3 months of me moving there, he started. It's been a year and a half. You haven't done anything. 8 eviction notices. He's not kicked out. He's been arrested multiple times. He's been starting fires, which that should have been the cue to let him go. He's put everyone in safety. He harmed some kids before, like pushed a mother in front of the kids. He's that crazy. So I've been looking at apartments. I was debating, well, okay, if I put my 2 months notice, because rent is really crazy in London right now. So if I put my 2 months notice in, what if I don't find a place? So I was going back and forth, 2 months came around, still haven't found a place. Like I've been viewing apartments, didn't like it. It was a good thing I didn't put my 2 months notice in, because where would I go? So after that, like I've been looking for 4 months. I started since August, and I moved in November. So I've been looking nonstop every single day, viewing apartments. I don't like it. I just wanted to get out of there because of my safety. I couldn't take it anymore. Because when you get physically attacked, you don't feel safe. Like, yeah, it's not him, it's his voices, but he needs to be in a mental institute or do something. A lot of people have moved out because of him. Like, I'm not even kidding, a lot of people have moved. So I finally found an apartment. I tried to hand my notice in. What happened was I only gave 1 month's notice instead of 2 months notice. And they're like, oh, you can't, your termination date is invalid. We're not gonna process the application because I had to sign a form. And I stated on the back, reasons why I left, the incident that happened, the file number, pictures, all the evidence. I'm like, this is why I'm moving. I do not feel safe. I do not want to live here for another 2 months. I found a place. I liked it. I put first and last. My mom came in to talk to them. They're like, no, we require 2 months notice. I don't care. And then we were like debating, going back and forth with my mom. Should I take this place? Because the next day I put my first and last for a new apartment. So we go back with my mom to management. This girl, like the secretary, is rude. Every word I say, she's like, no. So we were like being polite, and then soon, like, I'm getting so frustrated. I was rude to her. I'm like, literally, I have pictures, I have documents, no one feels safe, I'm not living here. My mom wasn't here. Like, because like my mom was with me because we were trying to move. So I felt like my termination thing, send it in. I got an email saying that we require 2 months notice that your application is not going to be processed. You still have to leave your hydro on. So because when I got the apartment, my new apartment, I canceled everything. Like, this is the date I'm moving, turn everything off. And they just kept arguing and harassing me and emailing me when I still live there. To this, like, when I still live there and getting emails, and they kept calling me, no, you require 2 months, it's in your lease. I was like, take me to court. And then they're like, the last conversation was, we're gonna get the lawyers involved. I'm like, okay, take me to court, because I have all the evidence and written, and me going into the management, writing a report, you have that on file, everyone complaining, him getting arrested, that I don't feel safe. So you can take me to court. There's other issues on why I left, but I don't want to talk about that stuff. There's other like issues I had. The other big issue was the controlled entrance. So it's been broken about for 4 months. I'll insert that video. So anyone can get in the main entrance. Like, you didn't have to have a key because it was broken. So everyone complained, you should fix that. That's a safety hazard. Like, because our building should like had to be a controlled entrance. You only had a key to get in. Some people were trying to break in. That's why they fixed it. And the next day someone tried to break in, and then whole deal, they didn't end up fixing it. So people could come in and out whenever they wanted to. Like, homeless people could be sleeping. So that was another safety concern I had. So it's just a whole big deal. Like, it's so stressful. I'm so glad I'm out of this apartment. So I handed my notice in. I was moving. I didn't care. I talked about it with my mom and dad. I need to get out. I'm not living there another 2 months. Like, they can sue me. We all have lawyers. We have evidence. We have videos. They can get a lot of trouble for non-controlled entrance, having the safety hazard, psycho person in our building, starting fires, window kicked in, harassment. So you want to try to sue me? Go ahead. Go ahead. That's what I told them on the phone. Go ahead. I'll be expecting an email. So I told them I'm moving this day. So I actually moved a little bit earlier so they don't have to knock on my door and be like, oh, you're not moving. Where's your money? So I was thinking smart. So I kept getting emails saying we require November's rent. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna pay for it because I just paid first and last. I'm not gonna pay there if I'm not living there. And then I keep getting emails, you require December's rent. $1,700 they added to my bill. I'm like, okay, take me to court. And then I haven't got an email about any lawyers. I was talking to my mom and dad. It'll probably take about a year or two. I was like, I haven't received anything. All I keep receiving, I owe money. So, but they said when my mom went in with me to the management office, they said, if we require November's rent, I was like, yeah, I'm not paying that, whatever. However, I just said, I'm gonna pay it, but not really pay it, because I'm moving. I'm not living there. I'm not paying if I'm not living there. And then they said, okay, because when I first moved in, I put first and last, so they're gonna use my last month's money for December's rent. I'm like, okay, that place is gonna be empty. They'll use that money to pay. I got December's bill. And then they added November and December. So I have $1,700. I'm not paying that. So they were basically lying. I'm like, it should have been $900, not $1,700, because you're using my money for December's rent. I should have recorded that. I should have had that recording so I can prove it. I'm like, why are you making me pay $1,700? I still keep getting all these emails. I blocked the calling because they kept harassing me. I just blocked it. And so I'm just basically waiting for the lawyers to contact me. So I'm in this nice apartment. Everyone's so friendly. I love it here. It's in a safe neighborhood. Everyone's so friendly. I'm just glad I got out of that situation because I couldn't really take it anymore. Like, this guy was so bad. Like, I would cry and cry. I'm like, I don't want to be here to my mom. I just want to move. And I'm fighting with management. I'm fighting with the cops. The cops keep coming. I was like, oh my God. Like, my health was so bad because I kept, like, I did not want to be home. Like, I've been, like, after the incident happened when I got attacked, I didn't go back to my place for a month. I stayed at my mom's. Like, I was afraid to go back. I do not want to go back. When he came back the next day and didn't remember, I was still afraid. That guilt, I was like, no. He came back, he was acting worse, and then that night, I stayed at my mom's for a month. So I was terrified. I did not want to go back. Yeah, I put up with a lot of crap. Yeah, you guys can call me crop color. I don't care. But for my safety, and safety is a number one concern. Like, if I don't feel safe, I'm not living there. So I still talk to my neighbor, like my friendly neighbors. He still lives there. He still lives there. So I'm glad I moved because my neighbor's like, yeah, he's been worse than I ever thought this incident was worse. He's been worse. He hasn't gotten better. He's still there worse. I was like, dude, when management talked to me like, yeah, we're working on it. It's gonna take months. Or like, oh, we're working on it, kick him out. We'll try. He ended up October to get kicked out. He didn't leave. So I was like, that's it. I'm leaving. Found a place. And I've just been dealing with this whole thing. I'm just glad I moved out to a safe environment. This place is so nice. Everyone's friendly. Everyone helps a lot. We have like barbecues in the summer. Everyone's just so friendly here. So that is my story, my psycho neighbor. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Give it a thumbs up. Comment what you'd like to see next. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.